In this video, I'm going to help you fix your 5 most common mistakes that are actually killing your forehand, and I'm going to go straight to the topic. So basically, the first mistake I see players make is to just open the head of the racket like that, just using your arm instead of using shoulder rotation and instead of starting with the right progression. So this video is just for those who actually want to play good tennis. If you just want to have some fun without playing really good tennis, more like paddle where you just open and play and you have some fun, you can laugh, is also I don't know, you can also do that, but it's not worth it, this video for you. This is actually for those who want to play good tennis and who are willing to put some hours to actually play good, enjoy more tennis and have more fun. So instead of just opening like that, you need to use the shoulder rotation as I said, so do the split step and one step here, because you need to be sideways to play tennis also, and this is going to help you because you're already here and then you just run and you keep this position. While if you just open the head of the racket like that, first you are using more your arm because you're just opening instead of using your shoulders, and as I always say, the racket is going there because you rotate your shoulders, so you do this, and that's why the racket is here, is not this arm that is opening or this arm that is opening. And second, if you start to just do that, you will end up like Jesus and you end up playing facing the court. You're going to do too much more mistakes, and I would avoid this. And the simple way is to start with, as I said, the shoulder rotation, and before you need to do the split step, as I always mention as well, and the split step on your toes, not with flat foot. Okay, so every time you hit the ball, you hit the shot and then you recover, 1, 2, split step, and here with a wide position, okay, you are ready to go to any shot. And from the split step, you do this first step here, okay? And here you are ready to go and to hit the shot. The second common mistake I'm going to help you fix with the drill, that I have many drills and many exercises to fix this second common mistake, but I'm going to use the one that is more efficient and that don't force you to, or you don't need to overthink while doing this exercise. But basically the second common mistake is that even if you open the racket or when you do this, you have the head of the racket facing to the sky or to the ceiling, and here you end up also having the contact point like that and playing too many balls outside of the court, and it's not going to help you to play good tennis. So what I recommend is, after this first position, to actually close the head of the racket here instead of opening. And if you start to do this, okay, closing the head of the racket, you will have a much more powerful forehand. Of course, it's not from the start, you need some hours, you need to dedicate some time here. Plus, if you do this and if you have the semi-western grip and you start to do this, you're going to brush much more. You're going to listen this sound of the ball, so you also are going to miss more balls. As you mentioned in the comments of the last video, you're going to start missing more balls to the net. You're going to start missing more balls, sometimes not even to the net, even before they hit the net, they're going to go straight to the floor. And this is because you're not playing high enough. Is because you're not playing with enough speed to play over the net, and just need to understand that when you play tennis, you need to go up and forward, okay, not just up, and also that power comes from your legs. So if you don't use your legs and if you don't use a lot of, or enough energy to play over the net, of course you're gonna miss the net, but you need exactly that mistakes to start correcting your mistakes. So once you do 1, 2, and you have the head of the racket closed and the semi-western grip, as I always mention, the head of the racket facing that side of the court, your hand completely relaxed. I'm gonna say again, why? Because every time I go to the court, every time I go to one academy, one club, everyone asks me for this grip. So I feel no matter how many times I say, it's always important to say one more. And even if you have already semi-western grip, sometimes you don't have exactly semi-western grip. Sometimes you have more more open, so a little bit more to eastern than semi-western, and sometimes just a small difference will make a big difference on your shot. So just make sure you have the racket facing to that side, your hand completely relaxed without having these wrinkles here. Can completely relax your hand like that along the grip, not too much close, just spread more your fingers along the grip, space between the hand and the bottom of the grip. This will allow you to have more power here, and you can brush more doing this because you have more feeling. While if you have the finger outside of the racket, might seem that you are more relaxed, but actually like this is a super lucky shot. You don't have any control and you are not able to play, for example, against me or even better players where we are super consistent and aggressive. And if you do this, you will not have any control. You're gonna miss one of them. It's not, if not the first, the second, you're gonna miss five or six or seven balls later, and we are gonna be here waiting for you because you are not a professional. I'm not a professional, so we just play, try to be consistent, and sometimes in this level the winner of the matches are those who are able to play more consistent and at the same time attack the easy balls or the balls that they have confidence. So if you just go like that, you will not be able to attack many balls with confidence, to attack with 100% sure that you're going to play in. So if you want to make sure you're going to play good tennis, make sure you have this grip. So as I was saying, I'm going to say the drill and I'm going to bring the chair. This is one of the exercises I like to do because it's super simple and you don't need to think about this. So basically you put the chair here, you use closed stance, okay, but you sit down. Okay, and then the racket on your side. So one, you close the head of the racket instead of opening. So I don't want to see this. Close the head of the racket and semi-western grip. So if you are tall enough here, sometimes you are smaller, so you cannot do this. And your racket, it will be a little bit like that, but avoid this. Okay, so head of the racket facing down, and then you just play and you stay. Okay, it's normal that in this exercise sometimes you open a little bit. We always try to think, and when I show, I always try to hit and close the head of the racket. But if you do this mistake, it's okay for now because we are just trying to fix this part of the motion here, and it's gonna work. So you do one, you drop the ball on your side, not in front of you here, and then you just play, and you will see that it's really difficult to miss. If you want a second progression here, when you play, you just go up and forward in this position. So you are here and you play and you stand, okay, and you stay here. If you do this exercise, you will see that you cannot miss, or you will not miss a lot at least. So then when you play, you just need to open the head of the racket, and when the racket is here, you accelerate, same motion, same exercise, and it's gonna help you a lot, and you don't overthink, because the idea of tennis, the idea of coaching is for you to be taught and without understanding that you are being taught. And this exercise is going to help you a lot, so you can just try to do it without sometimes asking so many reasons why. I know you want to know, I like to explain to you, but in this specific exercise you will see that works every time and it's going to be perfect for you. So test it, and if you already test it before, because I already did this exercise in previous videos, if you can comment here how helpful was this, let me know, and let the viewers and other viewers also understand how helpful this exercise actually is. The second common mistake, I think, is overthinking about contact point. And the contact point is simple, just need to be in front of you with distance between the body, the racket and the ball. This is the perfect place to hit the ball, and hip height or a little bit above, never below. If it's below, you need to bend your knees and play at this height. Okay, and this is all you need to care about contact point. You really need to understand that some players hit with the elbow a little bit more bent, some players a little bit more stretch. This, I think, doesn't matter a lot, because, for example, I hit the ball with my elbow here. I can hit really fast forehands, most probably you already saw. I can close my eyes and hit. I can be really, really aggressive. I can play consistent and powerful open angles, change height, doesn't matter, high balls or lower balls. Everything is okay, and my elbow is always here. I would like to fix this, but I think for myself, if I can hit actually perfect like that, why I will change? Because I can win matches and many tournaments doing this. So I think maybe if I change, I can bring 1 or 2% more power, but I doubt actually. So don't overthink about that. Just make sure, even if you have the elbow closer, if you don't want to have, you can just put, for example, one ball here and play. And then when you finish, also drop the ball. And this is also important, not only to be a little bit more far or more distance when you prepare, but also when you finish to actually go up with your elbow instead of just playing and staying here. And this is actually another common mistake that I'm going to mention after this. So contact point always here, understanding that to have the contact point, you need to move well and you need to be fast. You need to read the ball earlier in order to be in the right position to have the right contact point. So this is really important, to have more hours of tennis to understand where the ball is going to bounce, where you need to be, and usually when the ball is bouncing, you need to be at least 2 meters behind the ball to have space to go against the ball and never the ball against you, that many times I see. So ideally, you need to be not on the line, you need to play at least 1 or 2 meters behind the line and always play, move forward to hit the ball and then always go back again, because it's better again to go against the ball, to put your body weight against the ball, and if you need to move more back to then go forward again, it's okay, especially in the beginning. The idea is always to move forward and to use your body weight, your legs, against the ball. So the fourth common mistake I want to mention here, and I see many players do, is to hit and do this with the arm, to do this motion here. And as a beginner or even intermediate players, I really don't recommend this. You're gonna miss much more. There is no point in doing this. And what I believe is better for you and works all the time is actually to hit and bring this elbow up. So imagine you are hitting 2 balls, one here, one a little bit higher, and then you finish. Always keep your elbow high. And even if you wanna do like this, because I also do here, Wawrinka does that a lot, this motion here, where you have the racket in this position is not here, the elbow is always up. If you notice where is my elbow, okay, I finish with the racket low, but my elbow is here. And also, if you are a beginner, I don't recommend this. So if you are a beginner, I will be back here again. But if you are a beginner, just imagine you answer the phone, as I always say. So when you hit the ball, okay, imagine you answer the phone here. Why? Because you need to have the pattern. Even if you are alone, you can do this. So you start in the first position, then you open, do that position, you play and you finish. Repeat this as many times as possible. And about this, also another common mistake I see is you or many players holding the racket in the end like that instead of holding the heart of the racket. And when you hold here, your forearm is closer to your chest. And when you hold here, you have more space. And also a good exercise to work on this is to hit the ball and just hold the racket here, okay? And here you have more distance, and then you just close. So I'm gonna show you again. Here, also you start to play deeper balls because the ball is going higher. You hit 1, 2, the ball is going higher. Higher is the ball, deeper is the ball. And yeah, this is all I wanted to say. I just wanted to say again about this motion here, that sometimes you even see, for example, me or players doing, I actually missed this ball, doing this too close and the ball is still in, but for you is not what I recommend. I really recommend to go with that elbow up, even if you want to close here, to always have the elbow up and to focusing on hitting the ball, the shot, brushing up and then down. This is the right motion. Never this. This motion is not going to be good for you, is not helpful, so I just would take this out of your game and focus on that elbow and focusing on how you hand the racket. And if you want to hand here, because you're already a better player and you can actually do this, you can brush more the ball and you can stay low. I really recommend also to have this distance. And yeah, this is all I want to say here. And the fifth common mistake is about the way you move. You need to understand that you cannot play and move. You always need to run, stop, play and finish. You always need to stop, especially as a beginner. I see many of you playing and going like that. It doesn't make sense to do this as a beginner because you only do this when you don't have time. And as a beginner, you need to have time. So if you are playing with someone that forces you to do this, you need to change partners, or you need to say to him, or even coaches, they need to feed with the ball they need to feed the ball with hands to give you time to prepare, to give you time to run, to give you time to stop and to think. And once again, technique is not the most important thing, but in the beginning is the thing where you should be focused, is footwork and technique, and then is all about more tactics, how you can last for how long you can last in the match, being mentally strong, and you cannot be mentally strong if you are not physically prepared. So tennis is much more than technique, but these basics is always important to have it and to work on them. So I really recommend. Let me just take more balls here. So as I was saying, instead of doing this, okay, because you are late, you always need to have time, you always need to run, and you need to start with this footwork. 1 here, 2, play and stay here, then second progression, 1, 2, double step, play and stay, and then because you have the contact point there, we can feed the ball a little bit shorter, and you will feed the need to fall to the ball, okay? And this is a consequence of a good shot and cannot be forced. I don't want to see players doing this or you. So just hit the ball here, and as a consequence to finish, you're gonna fall, okay? And then you recover, 1, 2, split step, look into the other side, because if you look to the floor or to the middle, then you're gonna put the ball here and you're gonna lose. Even when you move to the side, as a beginner, I really recommend to go with side steps, with the side close stance. So you run, you stop with close stance, you play, okay? And then you recover, 1, 2, split step. And the difference here is that on this shot, you hit the ball, you move forward, okay? And then you recover, 1, 2, split step. While when you move to the side, you hit the shot, and usually we fall to the side, and then you cross here, 1, 2, split step. Again, it's really important to also do the split step, to use the semi-western grip, to accept the mistakes, and understand that this is not one thing that you're going one time and you're gonna play really good tennis. You really need to listen this a lot of times. For example, about the muscle up, yesterday I did and the day before. For the first time after 7 years, I saw many times the technique. I saved many videos, I tried many times, I couldn't do. Now, yesterday, the day before yesterday, I asked again a guy, I could do it, and yesterday I repeated again. I did 5 in a row, but took me maybe 7 years of trying, 7 years of watching, 7 years of gym to be able to do it. Tennis is the same thing. You need to believe that you can do it. You need to go to the practice every time. You need to get the feeling. You need to hit a lot of balls, do the right technique, watch a lot of videos or talk many times about this with your friends, with your coach, and over time it will get better. These videos are going to help you a lot. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you'd like me to cover any other topic, because I'm dedicating more time here on YouTube. Is the platform I like the most, is the one I always watch. If I'm not creating content or creating these videos, I'm watching other creators related to also other topics. So I really enjoy. If you have any doubt, just let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.